I feel like I got, I'm going to say off track when I did my no retail therapy for Lent. And then life just kind of started happening after that. And I guess the detox from retail kind of worked. Although tonight's video is inspired by Dooney Girl 75. So congratulations to her on 1,000 subscribers. I also want to say thank you for the video idea. She just recently, or I just recently watched a video from her where she covered the bags that she's purchased so far in 2025. And while I won't get to all of those tonight, which means I'll need to come back, I did pull out a ton of stuff that's new that I want to share, stuff from birthday, earlier purchases, all of the things. Happy Sunday, Regina. Happy Sunday, Roslyn. Welcome in, ladies. Thank you for joining. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up. So I'm going to be probably just a little all over the place tonight because I have gotten out of practice. So I'm going to ask for your patience tonight. I have reasons, or some of you may call them excuses, for why I haven't been here. And I'll share some of those as I go through tonight. But we're here to talk about bags, and I am surrounded by bags. Everything that I could find a link for or something similar is linked down below. Do know that those are affiliate links, so if you are kind enough to shop those links, it doesn't change your price, your promotion, your shipping rate, or free shipping. It just means that I may receive a small commission from the brand that you are shopping from sharing the product with you. So let's dive in. The first thing that I want to share with you is a little purse junk drawer. So you have all seen me talk about both the East-West and the North-South Janine. I have shared these several times. I have an East-West in Toscana, and I have this red one. I have been living in the red one. I have literally a purse junk drawer. I've got everything in here from allergy meds, cough drops, pills, toilet seat covers, lens wipes for my glasses, wipes for my bottom, hand sanitizer, lipstick, dental floss, Tide pen, plackers, rollerball perfume, a Sharpie, ink pens. Did I already say lippies? And some other stuff that I can't see down here in the bottom. This lives in my purse. It has everything in it. I typically use the North-South in like my overnight or weekend travel bags. So this one is more travel friendly for me. This is the one that lives in my purse. If you notice, both of them have D-rings on the side because they are small crossbody bags. But they make the perfect junk drawer or catch-all in your purse. Perfect size for your small TSA toiletries. And while these two specifically are not available on the site right now, both versions, North-South, East-West, Janine, are both available on the site right now. And I picked up two more. Trying to make, I haven't taken, so I've got the box here. I picked up two more, and I believe they're covered in the Labor Day sale. Y'all, I have had so many issues with the Dooney site. I've heard from a few of you that your phones have not been responding either. You're having to go through Rakuten in order to get it to work. I think that maybe it is because I'm on an Android device, because my Apple devices are not having any issues. But anyway, I've kind of, my morning routine has changed a little bit because if I can't just grab my phone and scroll, then I find other things to start the day off with. So, all of that to get back to this. I ended up making this purchase, but it was not without a labor of love. And it is the black and the white of the Art Deco Janines. I feel like these are a little bit bigger than the one that I currently have. I bought these in, what date is on here? June 9th. Yep, June the 9th. So this is the black one. It stole my heart immediately. But I bought both of them because I've been trying to build a little bit of an Art Deco accessory bundle, because these are the pieces that when you move in them, if you're in a neutral, a black, or even a colorful bag, kind of gives that Anne Klein wallet from a few summers ago. You can just move in it and stay in it and go from bag carry to bag carry to bag carry without necessarily having to change your accessory. So let me get this one closed back down here. So it is definitely bigger. I did not realize that, but I guess this is the no, it just says Janine Crossbody, and this is a Janine East-West Crossbody, so maybe that's the difference. But this one, I feel like it's going to hold everything that this holds and then some. So like maybe I could get my extra glasses in there. The strap, because right now I don't carry the strap when I use this one because it's just a catch-all. But when I travel, I do take the strap to this one in case I want to use it as a small crossbody. So here is the size difference. This one is available. It is linked down below, but you can tell it is noticeably larger than the one that I have been using for quite a while. This one is pebbled. This one is coated canvas. This one, of course, has gotten soft. It's full. It's stretched out. I'm sure that the canvas one will give after a while, but that's the difference. It's longer. It's taller. I'm going to say from a depth standpoint that I would call them the same until this one softens up a little bit and stretches out. But these two, well, actually, I think the black may have already sold out, but this one is still available. And how it compares to the north-south, because this one is available in the Plumeria collection. So you can see how those two compare. North-south is just slightly taller. Both have the gold hardware on the front. Depth, I would say, is the same. And then, of course, you got more length on the Art Deco. So that's the first thing. I love these, and I think that you will too. Even if you're just going to use it as a crossbody. It's also, I've already started Christmas shopping. I did start it 2 days ago. I placed an order for the first Christmas gift of this season because I will be done here. Give me 60 days. This would be a great Christmas gift, a great first Dooney, because little ones and all of the colors and the Art Deco print, it's definitely can, you know, give you a little bit more of a youthful, let's say it that way, a youthful vibe. So whether it's a niece, maybe you've got someone that's graduating from college in December versus, you know, May, the fall, winter, holiday cruise, this will hold your phone, your keys, your sunglasses, your hand sanitizer. It's going to hold all of the things, plus you're going to get the crossbody strap. You've got organization in the interior. Y'all, I was getting ready to put them up. I forgot to show you the inside of the bag. So you have your key keeper you've got your strap, and then from an interior organization, you've got a slip pocket, full slip, and full zip on the opposite wall. So you could throw your essentials in there. I don't know if people are still going out Black Friday shopping. Those days are kind of behind me. But if you're going out to catch like Thanksgiving Day or Black Friday deals and you're looking for something to be hands-free, this would be a great option. Again, your work bestie, your girlfriend from high school that you do gift exchange with. If you've got a group of ladies that you do a really nice dirty Santa with, these would be amazing. Make sure that you check out the Plumeria one as well, because I think they still had all 3 colors available in the north-south. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't have it linked below though. But if you do a search on the channel for Plumeria, it will bring up all of the videos that have that collection featured or the links to the accessories. Okay, so I think tonight is going to be a little bit of a Janine party. But before we get to Janine, let's talk through a couple of other things. So, because my space is very restricted, and it's only going to get worse as I move things around. Okay, so tonight's video was inspired by Dooney Girl 75. I watched her video and thought, you know what? Let me just get myself semi-together enough to share excuse me, some of the bags that I've purchased. So she shared her flat satchel purchase. I'm pretty sure that's the bag. And it reminded me that I picked up one as well. Not just one. I picked up 2 because they had the red and I couldn't decide. I could do red year round. I can hear my mom saying, that's your fall winter bag. So I picked up both colors. Now, this collection is a little bit of what I would consider to be a throwback. Throwback because this collection released in the early 2000s. And at that time, it was available for a really, really long time at the outlet. But I could not pull the trigger on this bag. I couldn't pull the trigger because I felt like the bag was backwards, because the logo patch is on the back, and I felt like the logo patch should have been on the front, either here or here. Love the whip stitching. Love, love, love the stitching on the straps. The flap was everything. The size was really good, especially for what I was carrying then. But I missed out. I could not pull the trigger. And there were so many beautiful colors available at that time. But I couldn't get over the logo patch being on the back. Well, time moves forward. My taste in bags and design elements grow and shift, and I get a different understanding of what I really like. And I was super excited when this reappeared, because it is a gorgeous bag. And you can tell mine is already starting to get a patina, and I haven't even carried it yet, which is fine by me. And then the red one, she is here as well. And I'm pretty sure I linked this one down below. I didn't check for colors or to confirm availability, but I did have a link. And this one, oh my goodness. I prefer, well, y'all know I have an affection of all things red, an affection for all things red. So I really, really like this one, but that stitching with the dark contrast against the red, the straps, the zipper pocket, magnetic snap closure. This bag, unlike so many bags Dooney has done this season, it does not have a center zip. So I'm not forced to organize the interior of my bag any particular way because I have that freedom because it does not have a center zip. This was 54 of 210 in natural. And it looks like, according to the ship, these were released again in 2022, but I didn't pick mine up on ILD until earlier this year. I'm pretty sure I've got the receipt in one of these pockets somewhere, but we're not gonna waste time on that. But these, I finally got it together. It's fine for the logo to be on the back. The pocket is on the back. It'll keep all of that secure. It'll be against my body. Crook of the arm or top handle carry. If you're okay, if you have smaller arms, or if you're okay threading, I have tried it. It will go up my arm. It's right in my armpit though, so I don't know that I'll carry it that way because I don't want like my deodorant rubbing off on the top of the flap because that's exactly where it would be under my arm. So I have not decided that I'm going to use it on the shoulder, but I did try it just to make sure because in a pinch I may need to be hands-free. So that is the next two bags. So let me get the red put away. I am trying to keep an avalanche of bags from like tumbling around me, but it's not looking good for the home team. All right, so let's talk about a bag that I purchased multiple colors in. I think I got every color except black. Where did it just go? Oh, here we go. And now that we are getting close to fall, I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and get it pulled out. Let me double check the color so that I know when I want to reach for this one and when to go with one of the other colors. You can tell red string, so this is an Alto purchase. This is quantity 20 of 29, and it is the Ella in the color dark gray. The name Ella is currently in use on Dooney.com, so just be careful that if you're looking at Ella or Bella, they are not the same as the bag that I am about to show you. So just be mindful of that if you're looking to make a purchase. I don't have a ton of gray. I don't wear a ton of gray, but gray is clean, it's classic, it is definitely a neutral. So I think this ended up getting marked down to like 99 bucks or like 119 or something along those lines, and I pulled the trigger on all of them. Oh my goodness. Okay, I hope that this is not reading as black on camera because it is so not black. It is a beautiful charcoal, dark charcoal gray, and I know that this bag works because, again, I've got a few other colors, and they have been in and out of everywhere with me. Travel, hotels, in the car, church, nights out, you name it. It holds all of the essentials. So I've not seen a preview of what Dooney has in store this fall, but if you don't have like a little stash of small what I'm going to call evening bags. I'm not going to call it a grab and go because I do feel like this one holds more than just your essentials. But maybe consider, kind of stalk the site and see. It has an adjustable strap, although I admit I have never adjusted mine. Gold hardware. The stamp on the front is minimal. It's just going to blend right in. I love when things are not necessarily over the top when it comes to logos, although we started with some pretty big and pronounced logos, but it took me a long time in my Dooney journey to get to even having an appreciation for like monogram and things. So it's a process and it's a journey. There's also the clochette here, hang tag. It hangs a little lower than the bag, so you can always adjust it or remove it. I do have this in, yes, I have it in the green or the avocado. I have it in the red natural. Maybe I did get the black. I feel like maybe I did get the black. The red is the one that, the red and the natural are the two that or the saddle, I'm sorry, are the two that I've used the most. But here's a dark gray. Definitely going to give it some arm time this fall. Zipper pocket, place to throw your ID or cards. Then it has the open space and then nothing on the opposite wall here. Easy to travel with, easy to pack, doesn't take up much space. Have thrown it numerous times in the top of my tote and in the top of my backpack so that I have it accessible or just so that it doesn't push my luggage over the 50-pound limit, but so that I also have an additional carry when I get to my destination. So that is dark gray Ella. Okay, I thought I had a little trash pile bin thing here, but maybe that got away from me too. Okay, where do we go now? Let's go to, I think I showed this one to you in a hotel live after my visit to the outlet in Clinton, Connecticut. I'm pretty sure I did. It was a whole $78. Even a month after picking up this bag, that's the zipper side, and being back at the outlet where I did the live stream, there were still a couple of these available. So they never appeared on ILD or Dooney.com from what I saw on the site, but they did have them in store, $78 in Clinton. Can't speak for any of the other outlets. If this style, can't guarantee the color, is something that you're looking for, I would just recommend calling an outlet. Just keep in mind that you will have to pay shipping, which you're going to have to pay on the website anyway, unless you have a free shipping code. Also want to make sure that you've noted that at least on Dooney, I haven't ordered from ILD in a minute, even though I'm sharing this. It's been a minute since I placed an ILD order. The shipping on Dooney has gone from $8.50 to $9.50. So if you haven't noticed that, just pointing it out to you so that you aren't shell shocked or sticker shocked when you place an order. There are usually some like DB free shipping codes on some of the sites that may be able to reduce that cost for you, but I just wanted to make sure that you are aware that it appears that it has changed, and I'm not sure that it's just for the holiday weekend. So I've got that one. And then the next time, so the visit, I got that one visit, went back, did the live stream. The tote was still there, but it was the visit where the splatter print, or the splatter print collection was available. It was available only at outlet. So let me move these two bags. I'm going to put them out of the way here to give myself some leg. I wonder what else is in here. Oh. Glad I didn't just toss that. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So the Splatter collection ended up in the outlet as an exclusive because there was actually a little bit of a production oopsie when they made the bags. So the original Splatter collection actually had a Splatter patch on the front. So the Dooney and Bourke logo patch was in Splatter. When these bags actually came in, they didn't have the Splatter, so they ended up sending them to the outlet and discounting them because they had just the natural patch. If they hadn't pointed that out to me, I don't know that I would have remembered that detail about the bag. But as a result of that, it was $2.99, I think, or $2.79 at the outlet. And then I was there on National Outlet Shopping Day, and there was an additional 20% off, or 25. Y'all, it feels like forever. It was either 20 or 25% off of a single item, so it was even discounted even further. So here we have, it has everything else. You've got your green suede on the back of the tassels, the belting, the feet, everything else. The size is being mirrored, your crossbody strap, everything except it doesn't have the Splatter here on the front. That's the only difference. And if somebody is up that close to me, unless they are just a Dooney addict and they want to have the conversation about the bag, if anybody else says something, then we're going to have issues. And they probably are going to end up having to buy me a bag because you've critiqued the one that I have. So this is it. I am not sure how I'm going to feel about the small size. I'm not sure that I'm going to travel with this bag because I don't know that it's going to hold all my stuff. Let's just call it what it is. I don't know. But I can see putting this bag in rotation this fall for weekends, for errands, for road trips. It will definitely be a bag that if you've just kind of got on, I don't know, whether it's just a plain colored maxi dress or t-shirt dress or just kind of a solid denim or something, and you're looking to add just a little bit of splash, some interest to your, this is the interest. This is where you get the interest from, and then can pull whatever color and accessorize from there. I love, again, color-wise, that now this won't go, but it ties back, right? That this bag, so many different colors. So if you prefer red like me, move in with your red accessories and you can make this work. Or if you are more into like color blocking your accessories, so you want to just kind of random pull colors from the bag so that it's, more interesting in the interior for you, you have the option with this one as well. I know that there were many of you that picked this up. I know that there were several orders, calls, so thank you for supporting that. I did not get a dime from the orders that you placed from a commission standpoint. I was just there. The manager worked with me. The store wasn't super busy, and was able to get a live stream in. So it felt like how I kind of built my channel and my following there for a little bit. So I'm hoping to be able to do that again here in the next couple of weeks at a different outlet. So fingers crossed, I'm going to check and see. So maybe another one coming soon. All right. So that covers what I purchased during my last two outlet visits. I'm not sure. What did I buy? Oh, do I have two of these now? I feel like I already bought this. So maybe, I don't know. This may end up going in my gift uh, closet. This is the Penrose wallet. I can't even think of the name of it right now. It's not on ILD because I have been searching Penrose like religiously for like the last 48 hours. Like I don't know when I'm expecting to pop up, but this has not. But I did not check on Dooney.com, so it's possible that these accessories are still there. But this is a smaller snap wallet, tons of card slots, and y'all know card slots are like the bee's knees for me when it comes to a wallet and accessories. Place to stick a cash or receipts on both sides. Minimal branding here on the inside, and then the L zip. So if you wanted to stick overflow cards or coins, maybe even your key fob, if you just want to drop that in there and close it so that you're not constantly having to fiddle around with your keys. That is what this is. Cannot think of the name of it right now. Hold on, let's see if it's on the... It's the color cranberry. So I wouldn't have purchased cranberry before. I might have a red one though. It is the Zip Credit Card Wallet 14. So that is style number, color, and the name. And no, it does not have 14 slots, but I imagine if I were to double check dimensions, it probably has something to do with that. So there we have that. And cranberry. Where did I put the satchel? How dark is the red on here with that? I would definitely put that in there. I know it's not red, it's cranberry, but it's splatter. And when you start mixing colors together, you could end up with a cranberry color. Let's just say that. I feel like though that I've shared one of those before. And y'all, I'm still in my Coach Quilted Essential card. I moved into that thing the week before Valentine's Day last year. And I am still in it. Every trip since then, I have used that card case. And because I got sick with COVID strand 11,000,001, because I don't know which strand we are on now. I was sick as a dog at the drugstore picking up some things, and drastically behind on doing my expense reports. And y'all, I can talk like seriously. I have had like 5 weeks of travel receipts in that little card case. It expands, and then when I take everything out, it just kind of readjusts and it's ready for the next to go round. But it was packed to the brim, and I felt like crap. And there was a young lady that was checking me out, and there was a gentleman who worked at the drugstore who got all in my business, because when I pulled my card case out to tap and pay, because I didn't want to touch anything, he said to me, ma'am, you know you need to clean your wallet out. I said, first off, you need to mind your damn business. Second off, it's not my wallet, it's a card case. And I reached in my wallet, in my purse, and pulled out my Carrington that I was actually using as my wallet. I told him, I said, I know that your mother raised you better than that. I said, and she would be so disappointed to know that you are all in a woman's purse. I said, as a black man, I know you know to stay out of a woman's purse. And he was like, ma'am, I'm not in your purse. And the young lady at the cash register, she was coming unglued. And their other female coworker walked up and she was like, what's going on? I said, oh, I'm just reading your coworker. I said, but she can give you the rundown after I'm gone because I already know she is going to be all in his case about being in my card case. So he was like, people just can't take a joke nowadays. I said, listen, I just spent $140 on medications that previously would have cost me like 60, 70 bucks. But there aren't any sales. There aren't any coupons, pack sizes. I said, and I'm sick. I said, I just want to get my stuff and go home and not be bothered. And he just finally tucked his head down and just walked away. But it was like, I don't have time for this. But since I'm sick and you want to come for me and my little amazing essential card case that has been ride or die with me now for over 18 months, you can have it. So that's where we landed with that. It has been an adventure. So let's talk about other things that have been with me, kind of ride or die. And this one has been with me for way longer. We are talking about every single business trip that I have been on for the last 5 years. This next item has been with me. So let me get it dug out from over here. All right, let me get, it has been a, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to do a little bit of everything. And we're going to go until the battery on my iPad says that's enough. Okay, so let me, that will be in a few minutes. This will come with this. This will be with that. Let's get this. Okay, so more than 5 years ago, DJ King and I were on a Coach shopping frenzy. I am sure this is during the time where I was exploring other brands. And I really, really wanted to switch from my Newport tote, my Brooklyn tote, my Messenger, my Dooney laptop bag, my Dooney Cynthia that has a small laptop insert. I was ready to move away from all of those things because everybody, men, women, young, old, at the airport, they were transitioning into backpacks. There was a gradual disappearing of even the rolling laptop bags. Now, some of those things have come back, but during this period, people were like ditching all of that stuff, and it's like, I want to be hands-free, utilize my space effectively, and make the switch. So, I purchased the Coach Graham backpack from the men's department, and this is how I travel with it. My airline pillow is attached to the top. I have water bottle from my company. Okay, logo's not showing. I probably should have checked that first. And then always an umbrella on the other side because the weather just does its own thing and I just need to be prepared. So hydration, whether it's going in my body or whether it is moisture coming from the sky, the 2 outside pockets absolutely work. In this front zipper pocket, I should be embarrassed to show you this, but I'm not, because it has worked for me for 5 years. All of the pens, lens wipes, chargers, business cards, band-aids, my mouse, my desktop mouse goes in here, and that's always the last thing that I put in. Then on the interior, this is typically where I will have my extra cable, because I don't want to have to unplug my docking station. I've got Clorox wipes in here. I've got I've got few KN95 masks, just in case I leave out the house and I don't have one. I've got lidocaine patches in case I need those for like my back. And then I typically, which is on my desk right now, will have my travel calendar. And then I also have in here like my notebook and then my Dooney planner. So that goes in the interior. And then on the back, where the padded pouch is, this is where I throw my laptop. And my laptop is a 15-inch. I have I've got my, actually it's back here. So I've got my Dooney one. I don't know how it got back here. But I have an extra pair of readers in here. I keep a TheraWorks. This one hasn't been opened, but I keep that so that it's accessible to me on the plane or at work if I need it. I've never needed it, but I have it just in case. This stuff is magic. Or if like my carpal tunnel or something like that starts to kick in, have one in my purse and I can just rub it on like my arm or my wrist, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. All right, but here's the thing with this. So about 2 weeks after getting this backpack, I am in line at the airport and I need to get something out of my backpack, and I realize that quickly the N on my New York for Coach is gone. So it's been Coach New York for the last basically 5 years. I also, as you can tell, it has had some wear. I occasionally wipe it down with like a Clorox wipe, but I have yet to wipe it down with like a leather cleaner or conditioner. I'm starting to get some pop stitches here in the top and some threads, and you know, the glazing is starting to peel, which is pretty, dare I say, typical of Coach. And in the interior, let me make sure, let me fold that down so logo isn't showing. Okay, so then you can see here the lining is starting to tear. So when I went to Italy for my birthday, one of the things on my to-buy list was a new backpack. And it was just because this one was not large enough for me to carry and travel with. So instead, I traveled with my other Coach backpack, also from a shopping day with DJ King. And this is the backpack that I used the entire time that I was in Italy. The small pod backpack that I carried to Hawaii and the amusement parks and festivals and things like that. It was just not large enough, but this one worked. But I've decided that I am going to give this one to my nephew because he is definitely well traveled. My sister says he gets it from me, but he gets it from all of us. He's the only person that can have a job and we book a flight and say, we don't care about your job. You better tell those people you're not going to be there because we bought your ticket. So he has some really nice travel pieces, but he does not have a travel backpack. And I think I'm going to give this one to him because he has some things coming up and I believe he's going to need a backpack and he will appreciate having a place to keep his chargers for his phone and some of the other stuff that he's traveling with instead of always trying to track it down. So this is the one that I used in Italy. I have linked down below something similar. I think it's the Hitch backpack that's currently available on Coach. But this one has been gone for a little while, but there are other versions of this. It does have outside pockets, two snaps, but this is a solid pocket, one on each side as well, drawstring, and then in the interior, it is just a black hole, but there was a place for me to stick my tech stuff, like my charger, my cables, my solar charger, and then snacks in the other pocket. So it worked out. We actually traveled with 2 backpacks and it had everything that we needed as we were out and about and traveling from one region of the country to the next. Which is when I got to Florence, I wanted a new backpack. I wanted it either in red or black, and believe it or not, my preference was black just because of luggage and attire and so forth. I wanted it to be full leather. I wanted something durable. I didn't want a lot of branding and logos and stuff on it. But I also wanted something that wouldn't end up with like a letter falling off a week or two after usage. So I found this backpack, and as soon as I saw it, I looked at it, I looked at him, I looked back. He said to me, you know that backpack's a whole lot bigger than the one that you've been carrying. I said, I know. And that's why I'm loving it. And you can go back home. I said, either the backpack goes back home or you can stay. But if both of you can't go, you'll be in Italy because the backpack is going with me. So this is the backpack that I picked up in Florence. It is huge. Look at it. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about this. So first thing is, I love the fact that it has these 2 side pockets, but they are much smaller than the ones that I've been using. So my umbrella and my water bottle are not going to fit on the outside, and I am so okay with that, and you'll understand why here in a second. I also love the fact that it has these adjustable straps, and the straps are on the side, which is what I love about the Coach backpack. When the straps backpack are at the very bottom, what happens is it doesn't center the weight of what you're carrying of what you're carrying, and then the backpack gets tilted so it sits on your back like this and the top tips out. I've got an example of one to show you. But if you're looking for a backpack and you're looking for something that's really going to sit nice and even and have a good center of gravity on your back, and it's not going to need constantly shifting, make sure that the straps are attaching on the side, not underneath the bottom, because when they're under the bottom, it's just going to pull back, and then it tips. You got more pressure on the bottom of your back, as opposed to it being at the side and it keeps it centered. So this one, it already checked. It's black. It's bigger. Straps are in the right position. Straps are adjustable. Web strapping. Easy, easy, easy to adjust. It also, which the Coach bag does not have, it has this little trolley so that I can slip it over the top of my luggage, and it can just ride along. No feet under the bottom. The other one didn't either, but it has some nice depth to it. It has a huge top pocket, so this will be the place where my charger and my mouse goes, so it will be accessible here. I can also throw like my pens and business cards and all of the other things in here, or I can save this and actually put things in it like my wallet, my phone, my cards, just so that they're easy getting through the airport if I don't want to have them in my hand. The interior, so we've got 2 zippers. Here's the handle. There is, I don't know if you can see it, but that's the only branding on this bag. That's it. Absolutely love that there is nothing that's going to get pulled or snagged or cause issues. Then on the back, I have a huge padded sleeve section so that I can put my laptop in there. And I've changed jobs, so now I'm traveling with a second monitor, and the second monitor case I checked will fit in here as well, and it's going to keep everything nice and neat and just, you know, perfect for travel. And then in the interior, it has a built-in spot for my umbrella in the inside, water bottle, and umbrella now can be in the inside of my bag as opposed to the outside. I can throw anything that I want in this mesh netted situation zip pocket on the back, and then on the front I have a zipper pocket plus 2 slips. I am moving into this one because my backpack has seen its last visit to the airport. It will now just become like a throw in the car, travel, emergency, first aid, kit bag. It is done. I will be moving out of it and into this one. And I'm so happy about this. Matter of fact, to make sure wherever my neck pillow is what I grab when I am leaving the house. So it is official. This is the backpack. This bag retailed for €585, but because I hit it off with the shop owner and I purchased a few other things like the Florentine travel bag, I actually got a discount on this one. So it did bring it down a little bit. The VAT tax was a pain, but I was able to get that back as well at the end. So in the end, it ended up being just a little bit more when I did the conversion than the saddle color Coach backpack. So in that regard, I am very, very pleased with the price. All right. So now let's talk about backpacks that, let's sit this here. All right. I have 2 backpacks. I see one. I don't see the other. I remember bringing them both upstairs. Where did the other one go? No, I had 3 of them. So I've got 1, let's just roll. I think that's it right here. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I've got all three now. All right. So let's start with the Dooney large Murphy backpack. The straps are comfortable, but they are all webbed. They attach at the very bottom, and this thing tilts. I mean, you have to have it. I have moved into it and moved out of it all at the same time because it just has not, it hasn't worked for me with like a heavier carry. I've not used it as a purse because when I purchased it, I didn't plan on using it as a purse. Planned on using it as a backpack. But in order, you have to pack it light and then draw the straps up really, really snug to the body. And it still sometimes, depending on what you're carrying, it is going to gradually work its way down. And then instead of the backpack sitting on your back like this, it's going to sit on your back like this. Because it's pulling the weight to the bottom. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do about my large Murphy. Has the outside pockets. My umbrella will fit, but my water bottle will not. My mouse will fit here, but the other charger for my phone and my laptop will not fit here. And then from an interior standpoint, I can't get like, it just hasn't worked. So again, I've tried, ever since I shared this the first time on my channel, I have tried moving in and saying, like, I'm going to use it, I'm going to carry it, I'm going to travel with it, it's going to end up being a good work backpack, but I can't get it to backpack the way that I need it to for work. I'm going to continue to try, but I think once I get acclimated to the one that I picked up in Italy and everything that has a space and you know it's going to sit on my back nicely and my pillow's already attached and you know there's no logo or branding or anything like that. It smells divine like Florence, Italy and Florentine. I don't know. I've got to figure out how I'm going to start curating some things to stay in my collection and some things that are needing to probably be rehomed. And that won't happen for a little while because I've got other stuff going on. But this is the large Murphy backpack compared to this one. Then I have a Ronnie backpack, the large Ronnie, and it is actually even less effective as a backpack than the large Murphy. Again, I think there is a place for this, you know, if you're just cruising, needing to be hands-free, if you're looking for a backpack carry in your collection and you're a big bag carrier, you like a larger, maybe like drawstring style bag, that large Murphy is going to hold it all. But if you're looking for it to be a true traditional backpack for work or school, depending on the size of your tech, depending on what other things you need to carry in there and how long they are going to be on your back will determine whether or not you find that bag to be, you know, super comfortable and easy to use, or whether you find yourself constantly kind of fumbling with the straps, you know, to get it readjusted on your shoulder, or even pulling the tabs at the bottom in order to cinch the straps up again because it's starting to slide down and starting to, again, tilt from the top, which means it's going to be putting more pressure on your lower back. So just keep that in mind. And then the last one is the large runny backpack, which I picked up in red many moons ago at this point. It was, this was a purchase of 2020. And it's just seeing the light of day and won't be seeing the light outside because I've got the black, but this is the large Ronnie. Now, Ronnie is larger than the backpack that I normally travel with, so there could be a place for Ronnie to get into that rotation, because the backpack that I typically travel with is red, and it's a pod backpack similar to this DB75 one, which I could not find on either site. So this has been hanging out for a while as well. But I just want you to be able to see the difference. This is the size that I usually travel with. And I could upgrade to Ronnie. The only good thing about these straps is that they are leather straps. Unlike the web strap, the more the weight, the tension is going to release and it's going to gradually start, you know, loosening, and then it's going to be sitting on your lower back. With the leather, they typically will stay put. Typically. But as you can tell, all of the adjustments are on the very bottom. None of them are on the side. So Ronnie will do the same thing. If the straps don't hold, it's going to gradually start to tip away at the top, which is going to sit that pressure right on your lower back. Now, Ronnie in Florentine, I think I have two of these. I have a navy and I got the red. You've got this back security pocket so that you can keep your wallet, your passport, anything that you want to keep close to your body, I would put in that back pocket. Then you have a larger pocket here on the front. This is where I would keep like my lens wipes, the hand sanitizer, probably like the room key, any itineraries or agendas, maps, those kinds of things for travel. That would be easily accessible from here. And then the double zipper partial braided pull comes all the way down basically to the bottom, but not so far that all of your stuff is going to fall out, but you'll be able to really get into the bag. And there is the SDS on the front, so you've got your two slip pockets. They are collared in Florentine. Oh, you can't see that. They're collared in Florentine leather here. And then on the back wall, you have a zip and slip with your Florentine patch. And your dust collar. So this one could very well be my Thanksgiving excursion bag carry, but I will test it on a weekend before to make sure that that carry is going to be comfortable, because I do not want to be someplace uncomfortable and it's tipping away from my back, because I don't want anybody looking at me crazy when I say, can you hold my bag for me? Because I will be dead serious when I say it. You saw I have lidocaine patches in my backpack for my back. So I would be like, can you carry this for a little while for me? All right. So this is the color red. This is the color cranberry. You can see the difference there. But you can also see that since 2020, this has kind of developed a little bit of a patina. So it's not super bright, deep, rich red, but it is red. This is cranberry. And this is the large zip pod backpack. All right. So, where do we go now? I think now is our time to go back to Janine. Let's do that. I think that's a good plan. Yeah? Yeah, let's do that. And then once we get through these, I'm going to save the other stuff for another day because I have no clue now how long we've been on here, but I feel like, yeah, we've been on for over an hour. So this is going to be the last bag comparison, and then I'll put the other pieces on a different video. I don't know when that will be, but let's jump in. So Janine is where we, kind of kicked off the night, and it will be where we end the night, but not with the north-south or the east-west or the crossbody, but with a comparison. There is a bag that has been on Dooney.com for several, it's probably now coming up on 2 years. It was initially only available north, south, east, west. There was no size variation, and it only came in 2 colors, saddle, black, or natural and black. And while I had an interest in it, I was just hoping against all odds that there would be some colors that were introduced and maybe even some larger sizes, and check, they now have both. Bag has not been on sale, but I pulled the trigger anyway. So, the color is strawberry. The size is 35. The collection is Belmar, and the bag is Janine. Janine has been sitting in a box for about 7 weeks, and finally last night I said, you should at least open the box and make sure they ship the right thing. You can't return it now, even if they didn't ship the right thing. And when I opened it up, I was like, okay, Dooney Girl 75, I'm going to have to do a video so that I can go ahead and show this bag because I need to compare her, and I feel like I need to move into her. This strawberry color is this leather is definitely giving Alto vibes. Oh, the smell. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is 85 of 125. It was not on sale. It is not on sale. The Labor Day promotion, when I checked, did not apply to this purchase. I paid the full price for this one. And when I opened the box finally last night and saw that they had in fact shipped the right color and that the size was just what I hoped it would be, I felt better about paying full price. So let's talk about this. First off, I want you to just take this leather in. Now, Dooney has a Quincy, is it Quincy bag or Quincy leather? And it looks very, very similar. It is this leather. Do you guys, ladies, remember there was a, because I got it, carried it, which I don't normally do, and returned it. It did not work. But it was a small tote TSV on QVC, and the leather gave Alto vibes. I would have to look it up. It's on my channel. But it didn't, it was structured. It didn't give. I had the Bordeaux color and another one. I carried the Bordeaux, ended up sending them all back. Shoulder drop. Oh my goodness. I cannot think of the name of the collection right now, but I know somebody knows what I'm talking about. This leather is giving that vibe, but more structured and a bit than that leather. This is actually really, really feeling like Alto. And let me just show you how thick this flap is. Do you see how thick, like, the glazing is on this flap? This is not flimsy, cheap, gonna easily wear out leather. Now, I've not had any issues with Dooney flaps on my other Janines, including the patent leather ones with the flap. I'm wondering if this one maybe could have had some suede, but then I know that would have been characteristic of Florentine, but I'm wondering if it's going to wear like my Alto pieces, in which case it'll just get some crinkles and get a little softer and it'll be fine, or if this has the potential to start almost like bubbling. And I know y'all have seen it because I've seen it on a few Coach bags where there's not enough movement in the material, so it starts to create its own air and space so that it can move. I don't think that this is going to do that because it is a solid piece of leather, but I'm just noting my first impressions. All right, here is the side. It has a deep butt on it, no rear pocket, but it does have feet under the bottom, and they are reinforced with that same Belmar leather. The stitch work on here is gorgeous, and I love the color contrast. I also love that even the gold hardware on the front, because everything else is so minimal on this bag, it really is truly understated. Now, this has the DB hang tag, which you can remove or adjust if you want to keep it plain. And I probably will take this off because I don't want it scratching up the front of the bag, and the constant tink, tink, clink, clink is probably going to drive me crazy, especially on a travel day. So I don't know that I will keep it on. It does come with its own dust cover, and it also comes with a crossbody strap. So if you wanted to use this as a shoulder bag or as a crossbody, you will have the ability to do that. And this is not one of those little thin, flimsy straps. It's going to have some, it's got some substance to it. Let's see. Get it to slide out here. Yes. No. Oh. Okay, let's try this a different one. I must have some good static electricity because this plastic does not want to let me or this strap go. All right, will that work? No. Needless to say, it is well packaged, and any scratches that it's getting right now is from the battle I'm having trying to release it from the plastic. Come off. definitely have scissors when you're trying to get this off. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to just slide it off. The handles are rolled. They have a thick glaze on them. I'm going to show you that, but here is the strap. Not hardware. No branding, but it is the shiny gold. There's the belting on the strap. There's the back. Got several adjustments. And it has the third section. So if you wanted to remove the third section and use it as a short shoulder bag as opposed to a crossbody bag, have the option to do so. It has D rings. One on the back right, the other on the front left. So that way it won't get wonky when you're carrying it. It will be balanced. Did you hear that magnet? Oh, now I can't see it from that angle. So it's got a strong magnet. And then handles. I'm not dealing with any more plastic. We're just going to roll it to the side for now. So here we are with the handles. No whip stitching. The interior it's a tight, strong magnet. It is like a cave inside this bag. Look at how much space is in there. So you've got your key keeper, you've got a zip and a slip here on the back, slip, zip, and then on the front, you've got your two slips, so SDS in the interior. I'm just curious, like, let's see. You know what we'll do? We've got this one, so we'll do this wallet. We're gonna just stick that in a pocket. And what else do we have? We can put in, I still have yet to clean this one, but we're gonna throw it in here. We've got a 16.9 ounce bottle of water. We'll throw that in there. What else can we put in here? It's sitting in my lap and I'm starting to feel some weight, but it has, so we got a bottle of water, full-size wallet, travel, toiletry, north-south, Crossbody Janine, east-west, that is fully packed, and I have the Zip 14 wallet all inside, and it still had room. I should check and see if my laptop fits, but it's upstairs, so we're gonna roll without that tonight. But let's get a view. So over the crook of the arm. Definitely can carry it top handle. I would probably, just because I'm short, 5'5", I would probably take the strap if I'm going to carry it by the top. If I don't need to be hands-free, I would probably just take the strap and put it in the bottom of the bag so that I don't have to worry about it like getting caught on anything or tripping over it or anything like that. And then from, let me stick this back over here. So it would definitely need to be adjusted because while the top is in a good spot, it is like literally hitting at the bend of my knee, and that's not going to be comfortable. And as a crossbody, if I needed to or wanted to, I could definitely use it that way to just get through the airport. The straps or the handles are going to lay flat, so I don't have to worry about, you know, like with the Alto bags or the straps on a medium Russell, trying to keep them upright all the time. These have the hardware so they can just lay flat. And now that is perfect without an adjustment, and I can get my hand right under the bottom. So, strawberry it is. And I could easily keep doing what I'm doing, red, strawberry, or I'd probably go with the black background if I'm going to put that in there. But I've got so many other red accessories that I probably wouldn't. So let's talk about how the 35 compares to a few other bags. And I promise you, I tried to find my Ivy and my Wisteria Marc Jacobs. I do not know where I put those totes, so I don't have them to compare to. But I do have my Darkstone Maggie from Coach, which is still, or Coach Outlet, which is still available. This one, of course, top handle, and then it has a double shoulder strap, but it doesn't have a crossbody. So we're going to just look at these side by side. Man, I thought this was going to be like a neutral, year-round, carry it, whatever. But I'm such a red girl that this now feels fall and winter to me, as opposed to the red being my power color, my favorite color. It just announces that I'm here. So that is those side profiles. Now I'm going to just move these straps and show you what they look like from the bottom. So Dooney is definitely a little deeper. This is kind of spilling over, but this is definitely deeper. The Maggie, though, is just a little bit longer. From an interior organization, you know what? I don't know. I feel like once the winter puffer coat and the sweaters reappear, because that weather is definitely moving in, I believe the crossbody is going to be easier to work with. Now this one has a decent shoulder drop, but navigating that over a sweater and a puffer coat or scarf and gloves and all of the other things, this one, compared to the option to just drop it and go and then be hands-free, as opposed to trying to manage the straps on my shoulder or to keep them, I could see where these might end up being problematic, right? Where you're constantly either having to hold on to it or to adjust it because the straps are thinner. And when I first got this bag and I looked at the straps, I felt like they were good, but now compared to the thickness of this strap, right, the width, I know that the thicker the strap is, the easier it is typically for me to manage and the more comfortable it is because there's just more real estate to hold on to because I don't have, you know, broad shoulders anyway. So when something is already thin and sliding, it could be an issue. Wait a minute. Does this one come with a strap too? Hold on. I may have not told the truth about this bag. I will tell you that the magnet is not nearly as strong. And of course, it doesn't have, it's got a magnetic strip for security. So anything is, you know, the contents of your bag is still going to be open and exposed. If it tips over, stuff's going to fall out, where the Belmar has more security across the top. So if that's a big deal for you, that is noteworthy. Did this come with a strap? Or does it just have hardware so you can add a strap? Okay, so it come with a strap. I don't remember it coming with a strap. So it has top handles, shoulder strap, but it also has D-rings on the side. So I guess if I wanted to add a web strap, a crossbody strap, I do have that option to carry it 3 different ways. I do have Dooney dark brown taupey web strap that I guess I could put with this in order to give me that flexibility, 3 different ways to carry it. I also have several Michael Kors straps, and one of them many of us picked up. It's like, I think the color name of it was Persimmon. It's got like this taupey cream and orange geometric. I think that would work with this if I just wanted to add a strap and maybe add a little bit more color interest to this carry. From an interior organization, this one just has a zipper pocket and then like a laptop slightly not quite padded pocket so that you could put maybe an iPad or even a smaller laptop in. All right, so we have this one from a comparison standpoint. Additionally, I brought out the Coach Cargo. Yes, not the big one, but I think this is the 30, the denim one. So this one, and I'm pretty sure this one is still linked over on my LTK. So this one is also 2 ways to carry, top handles, crossbody, front and back pocket, no front or back pocket, Coach branding. You've got the DB hang tag, which again can be removed, the metal logo plate. From a dimension standpoint, let's see. So they are the same or about the same. They're the same in height. In depth, Belmar is slightly wider at the base. And then from a length standpoint, they are, Belmar is slightly, just ever so slightly longer than the Coach Cargo. I think this is the Cargo 30 or something along those lines. Maybe it's not. What is the name of this bag? Yeah. Charge it to my head, not my heart, but it does come with a web strap, so it can be shoulder or crossbody, similar to shoulder, third section removed, put the third section in for adjustable or longer crossbody, and then top handle carry for this one. What else did I pull out from a comparison standpoint? Let's look at it compared to my Furla. Just mountain of bags. Mountain of bags. So I've got the Janine to actually compare it to, and then we'll get the Furla, and then that'll be it. So here is the actual Monogram Janine. This one is still available in a couple of colors. I think I have this one linked below as well in the cream color. I'm not sure if the avocado is still available, but now we are doing a Dooney to Dooney comparison. So this is the 35. This is the regular size Janine. So if you're looking to see what that 35 size difference is, this is going to be the comparison for you. The Belmar is definitely longer. It is, let me see, is it deeper? Belmar is definitely longer, but from a depth standpoint, oh, it's close. It's close, but Belmar is still definitely deeper than regular Janine. Now, keep in mind there is a north-south Janine. That is not what this is. This is the east-west Janine, or just the regular Janine. And then there's like a 30, I think it's the 30, this one may not be 30, because it doesn't have a number on it. It's just Janine. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. There is a Monogram Gia Satchel. Gia has the profile of a Janine, but she is much more narrow and a little bit more north-south than regular Janine. So I've got Gia linked down below as well if you're looking to just kind of take a look between those two. Gia is different from this regular Janine here. This one does have, you know, a full closure across the top. My first experience with Janine was actually a QVC TSV, and it was patent leather. And I lived for 2 summers in my patent leather Janine, to the point that my great aunt was like, "Why are you carrying your Sunday bag every day?" And I was like, "It's not Sunday, it's just, this is my bag." And she had never in all of her years thought about carrying a patent leather bag, and it was not to like a wedding or a funeral or something church related. And that year, my aunt actually gifted her for her birthday a patent leather bag, and then she lived a year in hers after I carried mine. So this is the Monogram version. still smaller. So if you're looking for something larger than Janine, Belmar 35 is going to be your color. It comes in natural or saddle black, the strawberry color, and then there is also a blue. It's maybe Air Force blue, marine blue, navy blue. It's a blue, and based on this leather, the color saturation, you are actually going to be able to see the blue. It's not going to read black. All right. So last comparison, right? Last comparison, let me just make sure, is to the Furla Opportunity Tote, which I have several of because I just could not see spending the money on the Dior book tote. So Furla scratched that itch for me over and over and over again. So let me get this one back in here. Alright. I think Furla is it. And then I've got to climb my way out of here with all this packaging. Okay. Accessories are in here. Hold on, let me get these out. So there we go. Let me skip. Okay. All right. Uh-oh, I gotta figure out another place to store her so she doesn't. I love this bag. Okay, so from a size standpoint, the Opportunity Tote is a little taller. Let me check. They are the same width. I don't know. The Belmar actually looks like it might be just a tinge deeper. And from a length point, the Opportunity Tote actually is hanging over just a smidge here. So it's just a little bit longer. Just a little longer. Okay, so, whew. I imagine that this is how Dooney Girl 75 felt after she did the run through of things that she has purchased. She had a ton of ginger stuff. I still need to get something ginger added to my collection because between her and Suz, I have definitely been influenced. I do have a few more things to share, but it won't be tonight. It's been a lot. I've been sick. I've been traveling. A new job, same company, new job, new boss. And Biggie said it best when he said, more money, more problems. And this new team has been keeping me for my money. but things are starting to fall into place. So I am grateful for that. I have plenty of travel planned, work and personal. This summer, I really did plan to continue to do videos after Lent and, able to kind of share with you my garden 2025. I named my garden Eden, by the way, to share Eden with you, but it ended up being such a place of peace and some days a source of absolute frustration. But it just became like this little piece of the world that I did not share a lot of outside of like family and other friends that were taking the garden journey as well. So it ended up being something that at the end of the day, I decided that I didn't want to share on YouTube. I have enjoyed eating from my container garden. I love salads and fresh fruits and veggies, and to not have to run to the store, especially with all of the food recalls. That has been crazy. So I was thankful to be able to kind of opt out of retail grocery. I have a cousin who has an actual farm in North Carolina. So believe it or not, I've been back and forth to North Carolina a few times to get farm fresh eggs. And there is such a difference in those eggs and the eggs that I've been buying at the grocery store. So I've done that. My family has been doing some different stuff as it relates to our real estate and property. After almost 13 years, I decided to not renew the lease with my tenants at my house in Tennessee. And I probably could have ended up on an episode of Snapped after I saw the condition that they left my house in. So I've had house renovation projects going on. Haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to put it back on the market for renters or whether I'm going to go ahead and sell it, because I don't owe that much on it. I think I have 7 years left to pay that one off. So I've just been trying to decide, like, is now a good time, since I'm putting money and work into it, do I just go ahead and bow out of that? So I've been trying to make that decision, and then things have gone well for the house in South Carolina. I still have like a couple of things left with my mom's estate, because estate law is not my specialty. It's employment law. So I have been gradually still working my way through that. And whenever I think that I'm done with one thing, there's another thing or something else that comes up. So I still have that on my plate. Today is my nephew's birthday. Celebrated his like pre-birthday. So his mom's birthday was about 2 weeks ago. His is the end of the month. So there was a trip to Hawaii, and he did cliff diving against all of the good brain cells that we believe that he had. And I don't know that I could take him doing anything else so carefree and reckless for a very long time again. But that was fun, and some downtime there. And I mean, it has just been a ton of stuff going on. And honestly, there have probably been about 25 days, no lie, including yesterday, where I literally got dressed, full face, makeup, stuff, my plan of like, okay, I'm going to talk about these 2 bags, or I'm going to do this as a comparison. And then I'm like, you know what? Nope, I think I'm going to watch something on Netflix. Or nope, I think I'm going to go out and harvest herbs, or I'm gonna dry herbs, or I'm gonna go and like start planting fall crops outside. And I just have not come back to this space. So I appreciate you coming and showing up on a holiday weekend when I have been super inconsistent since Lent, right? Because again, I stepped away um, on purpose. I stepped away on purpose during Lent because there were some things that I wanted to um, I I wanted to be in communication with God about the things that I was praying for. Um, Not for me. I like when I went to Italy and got the backpack, it wasn't because I was looking for another job. I wasn't expecting another job. I wasn't expecting a promotion. My last job was my absolute dream job. I never thought that I would step out of that space. So to have this opportunity to come about and for me to actually mull over it and eventually say yes to it, I never thought that I would be in this spot. So there has just been a lot. I'm not saying that, I'm not comparing lives, because I know that there are other people that would happily trade places with me, and then there are other people that are like, that's all you got going on. Why couldn't you come and do a video? So I don't, there's plenty of life for all of us. The good, the bad, the ugly, the I got busy, the my energy is different, the all of the things that pull on us as people. But I got it together enough for tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to do it again tomorrow, but we'll see. Because again, there have been at least 25 times that I was like, you are not, when you go in the house, you are going to grab your iPad. These are the bags you are going to talk about. You are going to go live and do a handbag happy hour, and you're going to spend at 45 minutes to an hour, and that's the plan. And I come in the house, I take my shoes off, and when I unhook my bra, that's it. The evening is over. So that's what I've been dealing with. So, but I'm here tonight. I hope that this was fun. It has been forever since I have been in front of the camera. I have tried to share some shorts, and I even went for a very long stint without even posting on my LTK. I've tried to get regular back on track with that over the last couple of weeks. So if you haven't yet followed me over there, if you want to know some of the things that I've been purchasing, or things that I maybe haven't hauled or shared, or shoes, or those kinds of things, even bags that I haven't shown yet, it's over on LTK. It's over there. And if it's not there today, it will continue to be uploaded there. So all of that information is down in the information box. Thank you so very much for continuing to support me on LTK, for using the affiliate links, for showing up, for interacting on community posts and the shorts and all of the things. To all of my new subscribers, welcome to the tribe. I am so glad to have you. I have been doing an awful job about responding to comments, and I charge it to my head, not my heart. I do see them all. We're going to just put that on the Life is Life in list. Let's just put that there. If you are looking for something to watch on Netflix, I would highly recommend Untamed. And that was a recommendation from the Enabler Corner from Says What. I absolutely loved that show. And then, oh my goodness, what was the other one? If you're into Virgin River, which there are many of us that really, really love that show. It is called, oh my goodness, Sullivan's Crossings. 3 seasons available. The 3rd season left me with a cliffhanger, and I'm like, oh no, when is it coming back? So if you like Virgin River, if you've been following Virgin River, then you will definitely love Sullivan's Crossings. Both of those are on Netflix. So I've been Netflixing and chilling as well because it's been hot. And after I come in and get all the dirt off of me and have dinner, I just want to do something that is not work related because I have been working like 65, 70 hours a week consistently since I, transitioned. So that's it. That's what I have going on. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up before you head out. I hope that you have an amazing Labor Day weekend. I hope that you have the day off and that you're able to do some things that bring you peace. Don't forget why we even celebrate this holiday. This country is like more split, and we've got all kinds of things like going on. So just take the moments when you can to remember our solidarity and the people that have worked so diligently and sacrificed to ensure we have the liberties that we have, even if some of us believe that some of those are being abused. It doesn't change how we got them. So that is it for me. I have plenty of packaging to put away, boxes to break down, bags to put away. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I do hope you find something that feeds your addiction. Take care, everyone.